Hi, hello creatives, welcome back or to my channel. My name is Lindsay and today I am going to show you how I travel journal in this family travel journal that I created. It's going to be like junk journal style, and I'm just going to kind of go over with you guys my steps of how I travel journal. And again, this is like junk journal style, and I'm just going to show you all of the supplies that I've kind of pulled out that I plan to use or want to use. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. It just all depends on what kind of goes with the spreads as I'm, starting to create them. But lots of stickers, lots of different little scrapbook papers, washi tape, and all of the photos that I've printed out. And I'm going to even show you my process of this as well. But first, before we get into the process, I want to just talk about Ana Luisa, and I'm sure you've heard of them, but if you haven't, they have long-lasting, hyperallergenic, water-resistant, and sustainable jewelry without breaking your budget. My love for jewelry has come from my mom. She has always had such nice jewelry, and I've always wanted to borrow them, but as you can see, I am growing quite the collection myself. These two necklaces, the first one is the Everyday Charm necklace, and it's my favorite with that Laura Bold necklace. And my go-to earrings right now are those Eden earrings. This Juniper necklace is also something that I wear constantly that go with the two-tone double ash earrings here. And I love this combo. This Rowena necklace I've worn so often and so love that these little flowers on here. It's just so elegant, and I love using these necklaces to layer. This is the Parker ring in the Easton mini bracelet. Obsessed with this bracelet. Ever since I've gotten it, I literally don't take it off. And these other pieces are all of my collection so far, but they have such great quality, and I've worn tons of these bracelets and stuff in the shower, and there's been no discoloration or anything. And this Ana Luisa makes the perfect Mother's Day gift for everyday excellent quality pieces that are affordable. So click that link in my bio so they know that I'm the one that sent you, and get your hands on a perfect Mother's Day gift starting at $39. But going into my video here, into my process and kind of how I travel journal. First, as you can see, I start to cut up all of the pieces of paper, or not all the pieces of paper, all of the pictures that I've printed out, and I kind of keep things a little separate per page, because how I kind of put all of my photos on the page, I kind of group things together so that it's easy when I've printed them out to kind of put them in a specific order. So again, I kind of make different piles for each kind of for each piece of paper that I cut up, and then I go through and do this process. It's very time consuming. I know there's a lot of folks out there that use their Cricut to cut out pictures, but I just cut way too many and I'm too lazy to do that. So this seems faster to me. And yeah, after, I'm a little, I want to say crazy, but I'm very particular when I start to like scrapbook and stuff like this, because I put my pictures in the order that I took them. So you'll see me here laying out each of my photos, and then I go to my phone. I have all of my photos generally in an album that I've printed out for that specific outing or whichever kind of event that I'm, scrapbooking or journaling at the time. And then I go through, as you see, each photo and kind of put them in order of the time that I took them. Most of the time I write on the back of them what the date is, but because this was just an overnight like staycation type deal, that wasn't very far from home. It was, again, we only stayed one night. So all of these photos are literally just for 2 days. And so I didn't really need to put like each date on them, because sometimes when I journal for like an entire month, where again, this is just 2 days, and sometimes I wrote down some times and stuff on the back of the photo, so I know in and around when we were doing those things and changing to the next activity and stuff that we had planned. And then I go through, and as you can see on the top, you'll see all of those different white piles of my photos, and it's just all grouped together over which specific event we kind of did. And then, as you see here, I'm going through all of my quote unquote junk that I've collected and receipts and such from my travels. And, and again, even this was a staycation, but I still want to put it in my family travel journal because we traveled here as a family. We still left home and went and stayed overnight here. And so this is, again, I'm just splitting up all of my ephemera and junk and all that kind of stuff that I've collected and kind of grouping them into piles over, specific things. There's when we've checked into the hotel is one, the water park is another. When we went to the butterfly conservatory was another pile. At the last day of the morning that we were leaving, we went into Niagara Falls to see the falls, and we went into the Hershey store. So again, I've just kind of separated each kind of thing in different piles. And so I start kind of working on the first day. At first, I thought that I was going to be able to put just the butterfly conservatory, on the left-hand side, and then check into the hotel and put that on the right-hand side. But I kind of forgot. I printed off a lot of pictures. There's 85 pictures for just 2 days. And I started to go through, and as you see, I'm like, oh, wait a second. I don't have enough room to put this one event on one page. So as you see, I moved that one photo in the bottom right-hand corner over to the far right page. And so I made it now so that this is going to be a double page spread. And as you see, as I start to kind of lay my photos down, I'm putting them kind of in the order that I took them, so that as I'm scrapbooking it and as I'm journaling about it and looking at this page, as you kind of read the page as if you would read a book, you're reading the photos in the correct order that they were taken. I know it's not that serious and I don't have to do it this way, but this is just the way that I prefer to do it. And I really enjoy it, so that when I go back and look at it, I kind of can take myself along the entire day. So yeah, that's just what I like doing. And then I knew I really want to get more into the habit of doodling and, practicing my drawing, because I'm not very good at all, but it's something that I want to do and get better at. So I'm like, you know what? This is the perfect opportunity to use the markers and stuff that I pulled out to draw a butterfly for the butterfly conservatory. I only drew half a butterfly on the one half of the page. I didn't do anything on the right-hand side because, again, I kind of forget as I pull these things out and start doing the page. Sometimes I even forget about the ephemera that I've collected and the receipts and that sort of stuff. I just sometimes forget. Even though it's literally right in front of me and right next to me as I'm journaling and putting the photos and stuff on the paper and doing everything, and I sometimes forget. I forget when I pull out the washi tape and stickers, and even here I'm like, oh yeah, I pulled out some scrapbook paper. Let's try and use that. So yeah, sometimes even if it's right in front of me, I forget that that's what I wanted to kind of put on the page. But I get there, and then I kind of start with the bigger things in the background. Sometimes I just forget altogether and just start laying the photos down. I'm like, oh, I wanted to kind of decorate, and then didn't. So here now you see I'm like, oh, wait a second. Before I start putting down before I start putting down the photos, I should probably look at the ephemera that I've pulled out for this day so that I'm able to put it down. And on the left side, I didn't put too much. I just put the there's your photo ticket label that is on the one receipt that I pulled out, as well as our parking pass or parking receipt for parking downtown or for parking in Niagara Falls. That cost us $16 to park at the Butterfly Conservatory. And then it was also $57 Canadian to get in. So it's not necessarily cheap, but the Butterfly Conservatory was a lot of fun. It was pretty short and it's just kind of a circle you go in, but monitoring you. No one like kicks you out as soon as you've done a loop once. So I know we did a loop. We went around twice. We were there with my sister-in-law and her fiance, but if it was just like our family, then like just myself, my husband, and my 2 kids, we probably would have went around maybe 3 or 4 times. But we went around twice, and it was a lot of fun, and you're able to kind of go as quickly or as slow as you want to, and they don't rush you out, which was really nice, and that you're kind of there to hopefully have a butterfly land on you. And we did. We had a few, and it was really cool to see. And so then now here on the right hand side of the page, I'm like, I have these big receipts and I wanted to show them. And sometimes I have a hard time with covering up things that I've kept and wanting to put on the paper. Like I generally want to show it. But here I knew that it's like, okay, I'm going to put these things down, but I also have a lot of pictures that I want to put down. So it's like, it's inevitable. I have to cover up some of the stuff. But I try to keep things that I can see that I would want to know. And one being the Niagara Parks logo at the top there on the one receipt, and then as well as that it cost us $57 to go as a family of 4, and then I just have like the barcodes on the right side of all of our, that's kind of like our tickets to get in, and then the 96 sign that you see there is actually from our photo that we took, that, and I've just been in the habit of just buying them even though it's so expensive, but it's where they get their money, and I would much rather put money into these places because I want them to stick around, because the Butterfly Conservatory is something that you can absolutely go back to and it not be boring. And so, yeah, and it's like the same thing with like going to the zoos or aquariums or anything like that when they take like that photo that you have to buy for $35, which is insane. But at the same time, I do it because I want the money to go back into the place, and you kind of have to do that. But yeah, so then I just added the conservatory there, and then these little doodles that at first looked kind of inappropriate and they kind of, so then I tried to fix it and make it look more like a flower, or like a butterfly type deal instead of, sticking acorns. And so, yeah, I just kind of went over that. But then the stickers, I wanted to mention the butterfly stickers that I use. Actually, the middle part is the only sticky part, and that the wings kind of flap out, so you can bend them a little bit so it looks like they're kind of 3D. I didn't because I didn't want to add too much bulk, but it is something that's pretty cool of those stickers that I just got from the dollar store, that the stickiness is only down the middle, so you can fold the wings and it make it, be 3D. But moving on, so then that was the first page of the Butterfly Conservatory, and then to the next page. And again, I had six piles, I think. Yeah, 6 piles of photos at the top. And at first I thought it was only going to be 3 full like double page spreads, but I'm thinking that each thing is going to be its own double spread. So I'm going to go through quite a bit of pages for this, but I don't care. I would much rather have all of the photos that I want to include than exclude some photos and only have like a page a day or something. It doesn't bother me to fill up a journal faster or to have some events have more pages than others. It's not a big deal to me. But the only thing that I like doing is kind of grouping an event together. So again, the Butterfly Conservatory was all grouped together. Here now is like checking into the hotel, and the first, about hour of checking into the hotel, we took some photos out on the big red chair outside, and then did check into the hotel. We went and got our wands and stuff, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. So then I have the welcome package that you see on the right side that I added, as well as all of our wristbands, and our wristbands also worked as our key cards to get into our rooms, which was really cool. They're definitely bulky, so I tried to see if that I can remove the little black piece on them, and I might kind of cut them out so that it's not super bulky. The only thing, again, how a little crazy I am, maybe a lot crazy, but how particular I am is that I like that we were able to kind of slip them off of the kids. Well, not on Sydney, because Sydney was only a year old at the time, but I was able to kind of slip it off myself and my son, so that you can kind of see like how big our wrists were at the time. Again, I know it's not something that's super important, but it's kind of fun to see. So I'll leave it there until I have to kind of take away some bulk, because this is only like the third trip or whatever in here, staycation situation. So I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. But yeah, so then again, on the left side, it's more so of us taking pictures with the chair, checking into the room, and then going and getting the kids' wands and stuff at Great Wolf Lodge, which was really fun. And then on the right side, we did go to the gift shop already, and then went and got the kids Build-A-Bears that they, got with their package that we got them, and then kind of hung out in our hotel room for a little bit. So yeah, again, each page that I do 3 pages. I don't complete all pages in here of this full trip, just because it was already about an hour and a half in of doing these journal pages, and I didn't want to, I kind of wanted to go to bed because I'm pretty sure it was like 1 a.m. So yeah, I didn't finish it, but that's okay. That's another thing to kind of keep in mind, that you don't have to finish journaling an entire event or travel space or whatever all in one sitting. So yeah, each page, as you can see, I kind of work with the background first and put down, the scrapbook papers and that sort of thing. I arrange my photos and kind of where I want them to go so that I can see where I have spaces. And then I also kind of add in stickers, washi tape, and that sort of thing, if I remember. Sometimes I don't, like I said. And then the ephemera. For the water park, I actually only had one item of quote unquote junk, and that is the wristband that my son got to say that he was tall enough to go down the slides. And then again, yeah, I was able to kind of slip that off of his wrist so that we're able to kind of see how big his wrist was at the time, and then just added in all of this scrapbook paper, and then arrange the photos to kind of, again, how the day kind of happened. And I know that it seems a little crazy to do that, but again, I really like it, because when I look back at it, it's like reading a book, but with the photos throughout the day of kind of how the day all played out. And then it kind of brings me right back to where we were. But the Great Wolf Lodge was a lot of fun. We've been to the other, there's a Falls View situation water park that's also in Niagara Falls, Canada. And it was really fun as well. Great Wolf Lodge is so expensive, because you think like it was $600 for the room, and then you have like, we would have spent like easy $500 there of just doing like little add-ons and getting an add-on, like an upgrade to the wand that they get, and just the little souvenirs and food, and it adds up pretty good. But it was a lot of fun. But my husband and I are not ones to like hang out in a water park for hours and hours and hours. So this necessarily wasn't the best fit for us. We preferred going to, honestly, the Falls View water park, because it was closer to downtown, like Niagara Falls, so that you're able to kind of walk around. We went to the Rainforest Cafe previously, and I think that like that's just something that we kind of preferred. And then where Great Wolf Lodge is kind of 10 minutes out, and it's not far. It's really not. But if you want to go to Niagara Falls, you're generally walking around places, and you wouldn't be able to really walk from Great Wolf Lodge to like Clifton Hill and that sort of thing in Niagara Falls, Canada. So it is what it is. It was a lot of fun, and we went with my sister-in-law and her fiance and like my 2 nephews, and so it was a lot of fun having them there, especially for the kids. But it is something that my husband and I wouldn't go on our own. I think we would prefer going to Falls View on our own. So, but yeah, this was a lot of fun. And I'm really happy that I'm finally getting to this, because honestly, this happened back November 2024. And we've recently come back from BC that I want to add in here. So I'm just trying to catch up. And I know I've been MIA. I apologize. I do have so much content that's recorded that I just haven't posted yet. I have my February plan with me and my March plan with me. No, I have my March and April plan with me, and I honestly think I'm still gonna put them out there, and I'm still gonna catch up and get that stuff out there for you guys, even if it's in the past. I don't care. I recorded it and I want to share it with you folks, so I'm gonna share it with you folks. But I'm just adding in these last little phrase stickers at the very end. And I just wanted to remind you guys to, check out Ana Luisa. They do make the perfect Mother's Day gift. And to make sure you click that link in my bio so they know that I'm the one that sent you. And I hope you're able to get the pieces that you're looking at, because they do sell out pretty quickly. But if you made it this far in the video, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you like, comment, share, subscribe, all of the things. It means so much to me, and I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye.